Hi, my name is Leniel Nacario from BSed Mathematics 1, and today we're going to tackle about physical development of high school learners. Adolescence. It is a period of transition in terms of physical, cognitive, and social-emotional changes. The period of adolescence begins with the biological changes of puberty. The specific ages for this period vary from person to person. Throughout life, growth hormones condition gradual increases in body size and weight. Hormone flooding during adolescence causes an acceleration known as growth spurts. Growth spurts include a change in body dimensions like leg length, shoulder width, and trunk length. Spurt in height is ascribed to trunk growth rather than leg growth. In girls, the growth spurts generally begin at age 10, reaching its peak at age 11 and a half, while slow continual growth occurs for several more years. For boys, growth spurts begin at age 12, reaching a peak at age 14 and declining at age 15 and a half, while slow continual growth continues on for several more years. Among girls, 98% of adult height is generally reached at age 16, while boys do so at age 17. Growth in height is conditioned by stages in bone maturation. The muscles also grow in terms of size and strength. Similar growth spurts occur for weight, muscle size, head and face maturation, and reproductive organs. All muscular and skeletal dimensions appear to take part in the growth spurts during adolescence. The series of hormonal changes accompanying puberty is complex. Hormones are powerful and highly specialized chemical substances that interact with bodily cells. Hormonal changes in the hypothalamus and pituitary glands signal the entire process of sexual maturation. The process entails secretion of gonadotropic hormones by the anterior pituitary at the base of the brain near the geometric center of the head. Gonads, which are ovaries for the female and the testes for the male, are then stimulated by the gonadotropic hormones, in turn stimulating their own hormones. This stimulation causes the secretion of testosterone in the male sex organ and of estrogen in the female ovary. In the male, testosterone stimulates male characteristics comprised by spermaceous enlargement of the testis gland that produces sperm in the scrotum, growth of the penis male organ for copulation, capacity of ejaculation for male sperms, voice change, facial hair development or beard growth, and continuing growth of pubic hair. Occurring late in puberty, the lowering of the voice caused by enlargement of the larynx and doubling lengthening of the vocal cord is viewed to be the most obvious aspect of adolescent development. In girls, estrogen secretion triggers the beginning of breast enlargement, appearance of pubic hair, widening of the hips, and menarche or first menstruation. The elevation of the female breast is the first external sign of puberty in girls, accompanied by growth of the uterus and vagina. Generally, girls achieve menarche beginning age 11 until age 13. There are ethnic differences such as African American and European American girls exhibiting secondary sex activities as early as 8 and 9 years, menarche as early as 11 and 12 years respectively. In contrast with menarche, spermaceti signals the first sign of puberty and sexual maturity in boys. The need to discharge semen mixed with a sticky fluid produced by the prostate gland occurs periodically. Discharge of semen occurs during sleep caused by sexual dreams. It may occur also during conscious manipulation of the male sexual organ known as masturbation. Religion strictly prohibits masturbation that is coupled with sexual fantasies, but science liberally regards masturbation as a normal phenomenon unless it becomes a habitual aberration that may affect confidence in heterosexual relationship. The secular trend is a phenomenon of more rapid physical maturation during this century. In 1800s, girls in industrial societies had their first menstrual period at age 15 to 17, and aged later in repressed societies. Today, boys reach their maximum height at age 18 to 20 and 13 to 14 for girls. but height 100 years ago was 23 to 25 for boys and 19 to 20 for girls. The secular trend is ascribed to varied factors such as interaction of genetic and environmental influences, improved health care and living conditions, and control of infectious diseases. Adolescence is a time of sexual exploration and experimentation with sexual fantasies and realities of incorporating sexuality with one's identity. Adolescents are concerned about their body image, sexual attractiveness, how to do sex, and future of their sexual lives. Most adolescents manage to develop a mature sexual identity, but a number go through it with much confusion. How do adolescents develop a sexual identity? An adolescent sexual identity involves sexual orientation, activities, interests, and styles of behavior. Some adolescents are very anxious about sex and sexually active. Others are only a bit anxious about sex and are sexually inactive. In terms of sexual identity, adolescence is the period when most gay or lesbian and transgender begin to recognize and make sense of their feelings. Development analyst Freud then proposed a model for the development of homosexual identity. Sensitization marked by the child's becoming aware of same-sex attractions. Identity confusion when the youth is overwhelmed with feelings of inner turmoil regarding sexual orientation. Identity assumption when adolescents come out of the family and assumes a self-definition as gay, lesbian, or bisexual, and commitment when the young adult adopts a sexual identity as a lifestyle. Coming to terms with a positive LGBT identity is usually difficult for a variety of reasons, including family, race, and religious cultures. Risks to the homosexual adolescents are real amid a heteronormative environment, and the LGBTs may suffer ostracism, hurtful jokes, and even violence. A major aspect of identity formation during the period of adolescence is self-esteem. It is defined as one's thoughts and feelings about one's concept and identity. Most theorists on self-esteem state that there is a grand desire across all genders and ages to maintain, protect, and enhance self-esteem. There is no significant drop of self-esteem over the period of adolescence. Baseline self-esteem is stable across adolescence, but a barometric or unstable self-esteem may fluctuate rapidly to cause severe distress and anxiety. Girls enjoy self-esteem through supportive relationship with friends or others who can provide social and moral support. In contrast, boys are more prone to assert independence in defining the relationships, depriving self-esteem from their ability to successfully influence others. The lack of romantic competence failure to meet the affection of the opposite sex can be a major contributor to low self-esteem in adolescent boys. In a Mayer study, the end of a romantic relationship can affect both boys and girls. The girls are twice as likely to experience depression, while boys are 3 to 4 times more likely to commit suicide. To meet the physical development of adolescent children, parents need to be aware of manifestations of behavioral patterns that require closer communication, guidance, and support. The teen is especially addictive to modern gadgets for music listening, video games, mobile phone communication, and social media posting. These activities cause short sleeping problems and depression. In school, teachers need to be aware of the possible drop in self-esteem among adolescent learners. The teacher's support is crucial to protect adolescent learners against severe distress and anxiety over their schoolwork and social relationships. It is necessary for adolescents to have sufficient amounts of vitamins, B12, calcium, zinc, iron, riboflavin, and vitamin D. The vegetarian fad can be disastrous to adolescents who needs vitamins, minerals, and protein, which purely vegetable diets can provide. Vegetables are good, but this should be balanced with food intake that form high-quality nutrition, including protein sources in milk, dairy products, and eggs. Poor eating habits is manifested by often skipping meals, frequent taking of snack foods like hamburger, fries, pizza, soft drinks, etc. Consciousness about body image is strong during the adolescent period. It is important that adolescents feel confident about how they look, but the physical features of the human body depend on genetic heritage, which must be respected. However, there is more to body image than physical looks, and this concerns good habits in relation to cleanliness and grooming, proper wearing of clothes according to current style, erect body posture, eye contact while communicating, and decorum and decency. I hope you learned something. Thank you.